Hey. We're going to talk about it's the Golf Buddy Veterans Classic Round 1 recap. With me, as always, my faithful companion and life partner, Proby. So I'll tell you what, when we started out, early start, first tee time of the day. So first tee time of round 1, day 1, in the tournament, 52 teams in our division, and we get the party started on the first hole. And we came out firing. Good tee shots on the first hole. Second hole, I think we parred. Third hole, Proby comes through on a par 3, chips in for birdie. Morale's at an all-time high. Fourth hole, and the greens, we found out by the third hole, the greens ridiculously fast and firm.
Right.
I mean, it was like an ice skating rink in there.
Almost unreadable, too.
Yeah, very undulating and just deceiving. You'd think it was going to break one way and it'd break the other, or double breaks would only have one. It was definitely, for me, the hardest part of today was once I got on the green.
Right.
But even after the third hole, we'd birdied. On the fourth hole, I remember I had an approach with a 9-iron, got pretty good height on it, and this sucker hit right dead center in the middle of the green and trampolined up and over. the greens were so gosh darn firm, man. And went like we'll beep that out later. Went like 30 yards fast. But I was able to chip back in for a par, so morale right back high. And then the green started just kind of getting to us, I believe, at the end. Or kind of throughout, yeah.
Started heating up in the middle of the afternoon or whatnot, and it just started drying up the greens, drying up the fairways, and just everything started going a little bit haywire.
Yeah, that's a really good point. With the changing of where we started with the early morning dew and the cooler temperatures as we progressed into the afternoon, and we saw sunlight for the first time in South Carolina today. The course was ever changing, which means the greens were ever changing, and we were just always seeking the right formula. And man, I could not get the pace down for nothing.
Yeah.
I must have had like 4 3-putts today. There were at least 7 or 8 putts where I should have made it the putt before, where there was like a 2-putt that I should have had just made it on the very first putt.
Yeah.
Or something I normally make in 2 putts that would take me 3. It was very frustrating, and because of that, when the round ended, I think I can speak for both of us, felt a little deflated.
Yeah, definitely.
We felt like, man, we're so much better than that, and we left so many strokes out there. I mean, at least 8, 10, 12, just on the putts part.
Right.
We're not talking about like, a couple approaches that got away from us or a couple drives that, got away from me. I'm talking just like once we got to the green, it was kind of tough to close the show. And it was like, oh man, I would love to have gotten like another crack at it. Cause I know we have played better golf than that. We have the potential for more.
Yeah.
So the end of the round comes, right off the bat, I'll tell you, we were in first place. It was confirmed. We're the first team done, so we put in the first scorecard that we are in first place, and that did not last long. But feeling pretty deflated, and then the scores started trickling in. We were pretty hungry. It was about lunchtime so we were grabbing a bite to eat, and I was kind of keeping an eye on the scoreboard, and I started noticing all these scores that were coming in after. So after our net score as a team ended up, after having a bad day out there, even par. Shot a par 72 out there. It's not too shabby, actually.
It was amazing. Definitely an amazing afternoon, just finding out that we are easily in the hunt, with the top guys, I think at 7 under, 9 under, or whatnot.
Yeah.
We're still in the hunt, coming into tomorrow. So that's definitely, a breath of fresh air when you are going out to tomorrow.
Absolutely, a great point, because 52 teams in this, and we find ourselves right in the middle of the pack. But I mean, it's a pretty bunched up pack. We find ourselves 4 strokes out of being in the top 10. So this is, I mean, and for as bad as we played today, right, it's like, well, hold on a second, we're still in this thing. Like we ended today's round, and like I said, feeling a little dejected. And I was like, well, we lost the tournament. And don't get me wrong, we didn't come here to exactly like win the tournament. That wasn't on my like list of boxes to check. It was to gain experience, have some fun, be with my man Proby here, and kind of figure things out. And we're doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I did not know about how the scoring worked for a team best ball in a net setting. So that's good to know going into next year. There are these dots on the hole that were very, we didn't know what they meant. And now we do. And so now we're actually better prepared for tomorrow,
Right.
which is going to be that scramble format. And it's going to be another course that's an hour away, so it's going to be another early morning for us.
Yeah.
And looking at the three courses that we got to play for this tournament, I think tomorrow's course plays the toughest, but it is in the format that suits us the best. It's what we've done the most. It's scramble, or what most of our viewers at home would typically call best ball. So tomorrow's format, scramble, will be, we will both tee off. We'll choose which ball is in, we want to play. And then we'll both play, from that position and hit again. And then we'll both, choose which one's the best one. So it kind of just works like that. Yeah. If it's anything like today's front nine, we would have always chosen Proby's ball. Yeah. I don't know what it is about front nines, man, but we just do not get along. So in the hardest course with this sort of format, I think tomorrow's moving day for us.
It's definitely something that we are going to put some numbers on the board tomorrow. So definitely looking forward to it. The wind is going to be back in our sails tomorrow, just because of the understanding of how the scoring has gone with giving here and there kind of strokes to us. And I think in a good way, going into today, we didn't know that. So maybe we weren't so greedy with trying to just take every hole and taking advantage of it, with knowing that we can fall back on like a score. So today was kind of like one of those, you just blindly are going at it, understanding that like, hey man, like at the very end when we found out that, they did take some strokes and it helped us to get back into even, but maybe on day one, first tournament, it's probably not the best thing to know. So that way you can kind of just go out and play your normal game in preparation of like, well, we did end up at even par, but in our minds we were like, we're completely done with this tournament, out of it. And then, that breath of fresh air comes and says, hey man, you're still in the hunt. So it's time to eat tomorrow,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what a difference. I mean, anybody who's ever played golf will know that it's a big mental game, not just, physically demanding, but absolutely mentally demanding. And, you got to keep your emotions in check. And as we were, and this thing is like I was going to say, as we were struggling through the course today, but we weren't. But we felt like we were, so we were.
Right.
So tomorrow, understanding the scoring system a little bit better, it's like, hey, whole different perspective. We're not going to be struggling with anything. Right. We're going to go out there and we're going to pick our spots. Today was a day to be kind of conservative and try to not get a big score. To try to limit the damage is what today was. Tomorrow we step on the gas. Tomorrow, about half the time, basically, if everything works out well, we'll have a safe shot to put out there, and then we'll have a chance to be aggressive on the next shot, and then pick which one of those two works out better for us. So tomorrow's day 2, what we like to call moving day, and our plan is to rocket right up the charts. And in doing so, I think I know most folks know me. I'm Mexican, but according to my my genetics at 23andMe, I don't know what those things are called. I'm like 0.2% Scottish. So tomorrow we'll be spelling Ochoa like O''Choa, because I'm gonna be channeling my inner Scotsman, going back to my roots. And we're gonna own the course tomorrow.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna we're gonna put some numbers up there, definitely. tomorrow is our day. This is what we've like pretty much every single tournament that we've entered together. That's been our our niche. So we are definitely ready for tomorrow and to put a solid score up there. So that's what I'm definitely looking forward to.
And I know you guys are looking forward to it as well. So we're gonna wrap up this evening, get a good night's rest, do a little bit of recovery here, and we'll see you at round 2.